Hello everybody, we're back working on this CJ3A restoration project, and I've got the body basically in half right now. I think the last time you saw it I showed you this, and as you can see, everywhere there was a lap joint we've got some pretty heavy rust. This is where the toolbox was, and it's in pretty tough shape. And if you remember on this one, the last owner that had it really peeled the floor back when they changed that engine out, and I've got that welded up. Still needs a lot of hand work done to it. Now I've got the whole back of the body built, and you can see I've got some lines here where I think I'm going to cut the front floors out on both sides. You see we're kind of perforated and the floor is real thin right there. So both front floors are getting replaced. And you can see this is almost poking through right here. So we're going to change that out. And then on the side panels, I was almost thinking I'd get away with these before I sandblasted it, but they're starting to rust through. And I think you can see that all the black marks are spot welds that I marked. I think you can see in here how the rust on the inside is pushing all the metal away, and they're kind of sunken down in there. So behind the cowl supports here, pretty sure we've got a lot of rust back there. And we've got an extra hole here we don't need. We've got a few extra holes we don't need, and it's just going to be easier to make a new panel there, change it out. And I think you can see on the cowl here, the cowl is all dented and really dinged up. We've got a lot of straightening out to do on the cowl. And right in there it's all banged up. But we're working on it. We're gonna start taking this apart right now. Take you over and show you the other side. And you can see right here we've got a pretty sharp bend. That took a bad hit there. And we've got a few holes in here. Some of these holes are for the top, the bracket that goes down on the body. But if you look, you can see how big the holes are, and the bracket that catches the door doesn't even cover the hole. So you see all those holes there. I'm not gonna not gonna try and fill those. You know, if we fill them, even if we cut a little circle out and welded it in carefully, it's still going to warp the panel, and it's going to take a lot of straightening out. It'll be easier to make a new panel. And again, you know, all the spot welds are marked in black. I've got a whole lot of drilling to do. And then you can see in the floor here, that's pretty crusty. So, doesn't matter how nice you think the body is. There's just rust hiding in areas you probably haven't even thought of. And one good way to stop this from happening again is to run some seam sealer on all your seams so that you don't get water in there. You know, all the water will just drain out your drain there if it gets in there. And even when guys are washing their Jeep, they don't realize how much water is getting down in the seams if they get some water on the inside. So careful seam sealing will save your body and make it last a whole lot longer. I know a lot of guys don't like to use it because, you know, they think it's not original or something like that, but you know, if you're not showing your vehicle or you're not trying to enter it in shows for points or anything like that, it's silly not to seam seal it. So you know, it's up to everybody individually, but it really does make a body last a lot longer. So I'm going to get some tools out, and probably the next time you see this I'll have the panels off, and we'll take a look and see how badly rusted it is in there. And I'll be right back with you and show you what happens when we're looking at just a bare shell again. Okay, here's a shot of the body now. I've got the side panels off on both sides. And just like we thought, there was a lot of rust in there. And the lighting isn't real good. Let's see if I can get you in there. Everything is pretty well rusted. So, floors are going to come out. I thought I was going to follow and cut the floor along this line, but I'm going to take it right up to the top. It'll just be faster and easier. And basically the same thing on this other side. You can see everything's pretty well rusted behind there. And once you start driving a vehicle, that rust will just pop right through again. And we don't want to ruin a perfectly good paint job by not getting rid of all this rust. So I'm going to cut these cowl supports free down there. And then we'll start figuring out the floors and see how much hat channel we got to replace on the bottom. And like I say, the main thing is we want to get rid of all this rust. So I'll just keep moving along on it and show you the process as it goes along. Okay everybody, I've got all the hat channel drilled on the underside and I got it loosened up. And when you're changing floors or changing hat channel, it's hard to change one without the other. But you can see, I think I can get you in here. You can see there's quite a bit of rust in there already. So figure when you're changing your floor you should change your hat channel, or when you change your hat channel you should change your floor, because it's usually messed up in there. But I'm going to get it flipped over again, and I'm just going to make just a general cut, get the floor out of there, and then I'll come back later and I'll trim it to fit. And we'll leave the hat channel for now. We'll see what it looks like inside there, and we'll just keep plugging away on getting these floors replaced and hat channel and getting this whole body built. So floors are going to come out next, and I'll show you what that looks like when they're out, and we'll see what kind of mess we got after they're out. Okay, I'll be right back with you. Okay everybody, we've got the floors pulled out of there now, and no surprises, just about what I thought was going to happen. Here's the inside of the hat channel, and as you can see, there was never anything in there, no coating or paint or anything, and they rust pretty quickly. And that's pretty much what most Jeeps look like out there, rusty in the hat channel. And if he started driving something like this on a regular basis, it would just really go to hell real fast. You can see this one, it's already perforated. And there's a little glimpse of the support they put in for a body. When a body bolt went through, they made this little U-shaped bracket here. And here's another one here. And that just kept everything from squeezing. You wouldn't crush the sheet metal when you tighten the body bolt. But this is where we are. I've got some floors here. Looks like we're going to need the hat channel. You know, even if we tried to clean this up, it would just be very thin. So no hope on saving that. And we're just about as stripped down as we can really get on this body. And remember up there on the lift there, I've got the whole back end done. Just got a little more spot welding to do on that and put in all the details inside the wheel wells and things like that. But the bulk of it is done. And we just got to get this front end looking kind of good, and then we can put the two of them together make sure everything lines up, and keep moving on this thing. So, like I say, if you're changing floors out, plan on doing a hat channel, and if you're changing hat channel out, plan on doing the floors, because they're just going to look like that. That's the underside of the passenger side, and the driver's side's the same way. And everywhere, that's where the cowl support was. Everywhere it was metal to metal. They never put anything in there, and they just, I mean, that's where the rust started, and it just went from there. So we'll get to putting the floors in next, and we got to get the front side panels on there, and just a whole bunch of stuff here. But I'm working on it, and it's coming together, and I'll keep showing you the process as it goes along. But that's where we're at today, and hope you're enjoying the videos. And if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, and I'll get it out there for you. But we're going to keep going on this one, and keep following along, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.